I was really shocked to hear about the death of Lindsey Graham. I mean it, floored. How'd that happen? Anyway, Betsy McCullough Ross. Yes, Betsy Ross. She was like Lieutenant Governor of New York way back, like in the 90s. Betsy Ross. Anyway, so she said something very interesting about the socialists. She said the socialists, they want groups, and America is about individuals. So basically, like, how could this that has happened happen? Especially, okay, I'm using myself, just like Piaget used his kids. So, thunder, thunderation, we're the horsemen delegation. When we fight with determination, we create a great sensation. Like, I'm the only one who remembers that? Oh, but I did win most school spirit. That's why. So, like I said, I can do the whole thing with my own family, and they're mine. Trust me. Even if I was adopted, they're mine. So I said, this Marshall Plan through the World Bank is declassified. Prior to the Kennedy administration, John F. El Presidente. Oh. Sponsors were required to come to this country. Sponsors, you have to have employment, you have to have an address. Well, Mr. Cooney, the Sandman, not the pitcher, wasn't he called the Sandman? He had a song. The Yankees guy. Rivera, Martino. Yeah, anyway, he was the relief pitcher. Long time ago. You're lucky I remember Bernie. So when he came to Tarrytown, and I do believe if there is such a thing as the not days of our lives, that's in the hourglass in the sand, the Hortons, which is really Highlander school civil rights, who had dry runs for the sit-ins way before the sit-ins happened, taking in the media, a dry run. Anyway, I do believe his job for the Cooney sand on the Hudson River, he released it. And I guess you have to unrelease it to stop it from pouring sand. Yeah, Nancy Grismack, Education, Baltimore City, around the time of the 90s, 95. I think her husband was in the cement business. Cement is big. It is. I know. Come on now. When America made it, Lucy went to the Chinese theater. Don't you remember that episode? That's sand, right? Cement. Groman's Chinese theater. Look, you're all about Hollywood, and you're all about last names. Now, the daughter of Penelope. Who doesn't remember Penelope Pitstop, the cartoon? Dastardly, what's his name? The dastardly guy, black hat. Ooh, I should see that in color, shouldn't I? I should. I might. Yep. The daughter of Penelope. That's only because my grandmother had a car. Because my grandfather bought it for her. Not the one, not the Sandman, the Shoe Man. Oh, now you're going to say, what are you going to do with that Cooney just once in a lifetime? Is it? Vicar for the Religious, Archdiocese of New York. The Carmelite Society of Prayer has been enrolled as a perpetual member in the Carmelite Society of Prayer, and as such, share in the prayers and sacrifice and good works of the order throughout the world. That's what friends do for friends when friends pass away. Now, as I said, cement, it's a big business. The Marshall Plan says so. Industrial projects. Oh, I know, you get so tired, but I do believe this was page 8, not like section 10, that it could be like 500 pages. Page 8. No, I think it might have been page 8. Greece. Look. See, the printer's right there now. There it is. Industrial projects. Oh, look, Greece is next to Denmark. I think they intermarried with that country too. Frederica, could that be possible? Nearly 5 million ECA dollars. I have to find out what the ECA is. You know, the New York Times style book in like the 1992, the procedure is when you use like euro dollars, you have to say euro dollars and then EU. Nearly 5 million ECA dollars have been committed for adding to and improving power facilities. Oh, can I just tell you something? Do you know what those Germans did in like the early 90s? They put out a rumor. Ooh, don't do that. And this rumor got back to Baltimore that the Germans were buying up property for electricity and they wanted it from the Greeks. Mine, 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 mine. Oh, some people get so nervous. I'm just saying. Can't take that back. Improving power facilities and cement production. Both extremely short in Greece. Installed power capacity will be increased by 22,000 kilowatts in a plant serving the Athens Piraeus area where the largest part of Greek industry is concentrated and where electricity is in short supply. This project will alleviate the existing emergency but is not large enough to correct the supply deficit. A number of industries are now on the waiting list for additional power, and plans have been prepared to increase total generating and distributing capacity. Recognizing the need for added and lower cost cement productions, ECA approved funds for the purchase of new equipment, which will increase the annual capacity of the two plants involved at Volos and Piraeus for the General Cement Company by 7,000 tons. Oh, I'm sorry, 57,000 tons. Ooh, what happened to Jimmy Hoffa? He's half Greek or whole. They say he was buried in cement. Oh boy, poor Jimmy. Didn't they just try and dig him up? They said, ooh, we know he's there. Would you use a Geiger counter? A Jimmy counter? A Hoffa counter? You can use that idea. I'm sure you'd sell a lot. Hoffa counter. Oh, come on, we're capitalists. Hydroelectric and other construction projects will require considerable increased cement production. Yeah. So You know, Matthias is a great Maryland politician. Oh, he really is. So then he says, what should Marylanders discuss about Maryland? And it was in the congressional record, but that's not what I'm interested in. British morality. Mr. Gross. Mr. Speaker, I ask unanimous consent to address the House. You know, when Nelson Rockefeller became vice president, the dictionary, the American History Dictionary, he did an investigation and people were drugging people in D.C. unknowingly. Not a good time period. June the 19th, 1967. Mr. Gross, Mr. Speaker, for a demonstration of unadulterated gall. It would be hard to equal the party that was given at the British Embassy in Washington on Saturday afternoon, June the 17th, for wounded American veterans of war in Vietnam. You see, that's what the purpose. You leave something for history to remember the time period and then verify it because you never know. I mean, cameras on an empty house, not showing it. American veterans of the war in Vietnam, scores of ships flying the British flag, have delivered thousands of tons of supplies to the communists of North Vietnam to help keep them in the business of killing and wounding Americans. With one hand in Southeast Asia, the British rake in blood money profits, and with the other in Washington, they dish out tea and crumpets to some of the victims of their betrayal. Mr. Speaker, is there no morality left in this world? I don't know, Patricia Schroeder, she left by 93. No civility. You know, sometimes people get, I'm just being nice. Being nice. You know, they get stuck in their literature. That's why, bring a book to life. You didn't like that one. Oh, what's happening? She's looked and she's discovered there's room. There's room for what? Bring a book to life. She's going to foam core mount. Do that. Oh, she has a window display. It's quite big. I could have brought a lot of books. Yep. Quality Street, Mr. Barry. They conned some old ladies in Canada. You know, Peter Pan. It was a con. 1967 congressional record. Whoa, everything is sliding down. You know, there were so many possibilities. Really, there were. Oh, I've discussed the container tax to death by the Coca-Cola. I've even enlarged it, made it artistic. You know, your side does that all the time. Artistic for you, not for me. Binder 4, page 1289. Oh, yes, I paginated. Oh, yes, I did. You see, I think what bothers you the most is that I walked into the building to take the picture, and obviously I walked out. They must be having a trash problem. Pick up. To whom it may concern, notice is hereby given by the Board of Municipal Zoning Appeals that it was or will hold a public hearing Tuesday, November 14th at 1 p.m., room 215, City Hall on Appeal 440-95 for a permit to house a two-dwelling unit on these premises located in a R8 zoning district. There is no portion of the section of Baltimore that I walked along that the government doesn't know about. So play somebody else. Really, not me. Don't play me. First of all, in life, you will never be this strong. Do you understand that? You took somebody from an extended family. And, oh, I know, grief for you and nothing for me. That's all right. I don't need it. I don't need Kubler-Ross stages, extended family. Hi, do I... What? She will be home on Saturday. There is absolute... No, dear. Is that called empathy? You know, that's like humidity. What kind... Like, humidity? It's a hard word to understand. And the other one, that one's hard too. Oh, that's hard. Weather words are hard. You come home on your day off and she'll be right there for you. Really not. One grandmother. Grandfather, 18 months later, if that. Oh, 3 years. That would be condemned. You know, it cost over $100 to develop this film. Disposable cameras. Couldn't run there fast enough to buy them. Here's what I'm interested. No softball or hardball playing. Those are rules. Now, who would play softball or hardball? Children. Children need to learn rules, and there are signs to tell children rules, and you put them up. That would be the housing police, and that would be the Martin Luther King Daycare Center? Oh, I'm sorry. Walter Perkins, Rutland Center, Baltimore, Urban Services Agency. I think that was like the 7 days. You know, I am interested in litter. Give a hoot, don't pollute. Now, I think College Park has that poster in their library archives. When you go to a museum, you have certain pieces of art that you want to look at in the exhibit, and then you find the other art in that particular museum and see if you need to look at that when you're there. You don't go all over. You have a plan. I had a plan. I thought I had like an air raid shelter. I hope it got the private property, no loitering, no trespassing. If animal trapped, call this number. Look, obviously, you only wanted intelligent people. Hence, my Bentley lady. A lady operates the maritime. So, sewing is textiles and the docks is maritime. Nobody bothered Helen. They talked to Helen. Helen had a TV program. Helen was the docs on the paper Sun. And Helen was Nixon's lady. I don't know, maybe it was because she was from Texas. Latrobe Homes, and that's the housing truck. Well, you have to have it in your budget, and then it has to be serviced. It needs gasoline, it needs tires, and it needs insurance. Did they even tell us, does a city get a bulk rate insurance? Like, the more fleet, the lower the rate? I'm just saying. No, please. I already read the Foundation Reporter. A Heinz Grant in Pittsburgh, one street can get money and the other side can't or doesn't. Home Investment Partnership Program, HCD. It must be off of Hillman Street, not Hillman College. Their side can afford to be Hillman-fied by Cosby-eyed and Poussant-eyed. They're fine-eyed. Fine-eyed. East Eager. Like, what do you think? I'm just snapping what? I have a plan. You can't hate all of them. Like, how many do you really think you can do? And you know now that to get a historical site, the first couple of pages is the history of the area. So really, what games are you playing now? I take the pictures for Leg Mason. If the color person walks away from the color copy, I'm taking pictures. I know who Leg Mason is. Leg Mason is insurance. You think all the insurance people in any city, they don't know what's there? They take the pictures. Oh, I know. A lot of times it's car accidents, and every time I'm there, that's why you got to wear your seatbelt. St. John's Middle School. You know, I'm still working full time, but like I said, for Sophia, it's a separate category. Now, the old lady, probably about 85, she said there used to be a soup kitchen there. Oh, this is the housing police. If I took the picture, they saw me. There are rules in the catalog. They can hold you to it too. If you purport yourself in a bad way on the streets, you can get in trouble. As a student, that never happened to me. Look, I got all the pictures, right? Yeah, I'm shaking. Yeah, Shake and Bake. Who remembers that guy? He was my father's friend, the Shake and Bake guy. I know I had a fallout shelter. Oh, here it is. It was right next to the Urban Services Agency. Yeah, I think that yellow and black thing, that's a fallout shelter. One last thing on this. Rest in peace, Regis. Who doesn't remember when Regis was concerned about the ugly looking mailboxes? This is a picture. I mean, there's a better picture, but Regis would be proud. Oh, come on. And Kathy Lee, I'm from Bowie, I'm from Paris. Make up your mind. Are you from Bowie or Paris? But she's not related to Epstein's in Highlandtown. On Facebook, I asked, oh, I've been to Epstein's. Who didn't go to the bra sale in Epstein's? Highlandtown. I walked from my house on Avondale. Regis would be proud. There's nothing wrong with this mailbox. It's as blue could be. And why wouldn't it? Because the new Postal Museum alongside the St. Vincent de Paul Church, the post office is new, the Postal Museum, and then the monstrosity of Lafayette Courts. I counted each day as the bus went by. How, I mean, really. It's got some lead paint. You should have saved the core samples. Oh, I would have required it. Especially climate change people that you are. St. Mary's Seminary. Look, 2 letters. People like to talk to me. Why not? What do I don't bother nobody. Wow, somebody who's actually doing some work. August 2022. Below are the dates. Oh, I've gathered information and now I'm verifying it. I am a historian. I don't need to twist anybody's arm. Obviously, you've taken your path, and your path is a mistake financed by everybody's tax dollars to your worthless pot of gold for you and not the people you're earning, which is also me. You didn't hurt me. An ethno-violence study. Wow. March the 6th, 1996 is the day of Social Security determination of disability. I will write my resignation letter from the UMBC computer laboratory. Below are the dates for the St. John the Evangelist Male School, opened in 1866. Yeah, my little disposable camera, it got that on the top. Became co-ed in 1937, became SS James and John School in 1966, incorporated into Queen of Peace Cluster School in 1975, and it closed in 86. My understanding is that this soup kitchen did not open until the school closed. Unfortunately, I was unable to locate any additional information. That's her job to look, and she liked it. You may want to contact the Daughters of Charity Archives in Emmitsburg. Wow, thank you for the lead. This is not Elizabeth. Hold on, I have to think of that lady. Vidal et al. Elizabeth, 37, 47, charity gone, appealed, repealed, now obsolete? Well, if England is no longer paying for charities in America, who's paying for it? And I'm assuming the same with France and the philanthropies. If it gets pulled out of certain areas, those people are going to need money for food. Now, hence, Alien Holdings, Kerner. They both ran the school and the soup kitchen, maybe. For more information on these places and the changes within the Archdiocese, I recommend the Premier C, A History of the Archdiocese of Baltimore, 1789 to 1994, by Brother Thomas W. Spaulding. Look, as Betsy said, socialists are group, Americans are individuals. And unfortunately, within America, there aren't very many individuals left. If that head of that social work department, you better just be playing a big funny. Because that would be god awful. Do you understand that? If you were a paisan. December the 14th, 2022. I am afraid that I was unable to locate any information to assist in your inquiry. I found no information in our files about Law in American Society project, and surprisingly, nothing about a senior Corinne. It appears she left the religious life and passed away in September. If you did some reading, you'd have some questions, you'd write some letters. And it should have been done, as I did. You know, the Law in America Society, where initially one person is sent to the conference, and similar to what I assume happened when they created the Freedmen's Bureau and the education of the freed slaves. One person was taught and taught 50 more. Look, I can't help it if a bunch of socialists dropped a ball and it landed on my head. This is not a cartoon. I'm not going to bounce up. You broke my neck. You know, I was going to be to kneel to the captain. There's one last thing. What did I do with it? Really? Oops, things are falling. Too bad you can't pause this thing. That's sad. Well, I'll be back. Yeah, I've cornered myself in. Yes, I have. I really have. taxes now. What did I do? Yeah. Oh, that's not this. You know, I don't know what you were interested with your ethno-violence study. And furthermore, nobody goes to that campus, and nobody from that campus, because in the 70s, they used microtechnology frequency from UMBC to the engineering classrooms of College Park. Look, like I said, you expelled me, and by the Better Business Bureau, it should say 1 expulsion. And the explanation to get it expunged, you've done nothing to me, trust me. You haven't. Really. Like I said, you plucked all of those College Park people to be on television in the chain broadcasting New York City. You appear, in my opinion, from what I can tell, once you go to New York, if you're on the New York television, you are a lie brigade. And that's fine. Okay, we have now looked at the society you are creating. That's it. You fucked up. You allowed your side. I have thousands of snippets. It's another form of Jasper Johns and caustic newspaper. Ooh, look, there's 3 words. It's not going in that direction because I'm not an artist, okay? Trust me. You know, poor Farrah. Farrah was an artist. She was like a sculptor. And what did she do before she got the butt cancer? She went to drive America crazy, and she took a blank canvas and put body paint on herself and just crashed on the wall, the canvas. No, she really had talent. That's the container tax. And as the gentleman in your world, which is now your world, you won't allow that man to talk to anybody. As he's delivering to the stores. And he said, every container, every bottle, tap all of it. Even in the stadium. What'd you do with the money? Did you announce it when the Pope came? Did you just say, not today? Not today. The container tax. Did you announce it for the All-Star game? Now, the ABEL Foundation, they appear to be paying for the education. And the UMBC, you evaluate the ABEL-funded programs. So, I go to the foundation library in Washington, D.C., first of all, don't, please. I am not a child. And as I said at that hearing, I wasn't stupid enough to have children in your state. I think George Michael's at the death and murder of Lenny Bias, I think that was more than enough. Do you understand? And don't. That boy had a mother. There is a brick house in my 1107 Montgomery East window. From the study lounge, I watch the band practice every day. If I want to go to a game, Michelle has Carl's parents' tickets. I have never been on the student side. I am with the football parents. And even at Penn State, my father and I were brought to the parents' Penn State side. And Maryland lost. Oh my God, and it was raining. So don't. There is a security red brick house, and a cop should have been there. And as far as I'm concerned, that was Roberta Coates' responsibility, because I think she was still in charge, South Hill resident director, whatever. There was no police officer. And your George Michael sports machine, leave them alone. Who do you think your father is? Well, I waited to have $16,000 to show you I don't need my daddy until I did, and I brought him. You had a 70-plus-year-old man on that campus. What'd you do today? Oh, I went to the student union and played ping pong. You played ping pong? Oh, my God. This digitization and the other stuff. This guy, he played ping pong all over Westchester County. He's not that good sometimes, but he is Greek. I know, Tom Hanks. Yeah, Tom Hanks' son is a drug addict. Oh, I don't care about my big fat Greek wedding. All right, now, there's one other thing I need to find. Oh, look, it's at 41 minutes. Yep. History at San Jose, but it wasn't taught, and I wasn't going to hang around to take it. This Baylor University, and they gave me all the little doohickeys, yeah. August the 16th, 2017, and completion of the oral history project. And it wraps up perfectly. Consider it a chapter of my book for free. Master of Archives Record Administration, because I think it says, what's your title? Oh, it's very important that you have one sometime. Are you qualified? Yeah, I have a Master's of Archives and Records Administration, student at San Jose State. Oh, I'm sorry. Should I be shaking? Why? I'm lying. I don't lie. Did I lie about anything on my resume ever in life? If you lied, you don't apply for. I'm on that government. Woo, and I didn't put a couple of jobs on there. I will never apply for a government job. That's lying. You shouldn't either. Really, if you were a Baltimore archivist and you forgot to put that, don't ask for money. They should cuff you. I'm not plastic. I know everything in life. What did you think? Oh, don't. I was going to go to my equal justice 6 pages. I don't need a quarter. Yes, I'd like to charge this to my home phone. Okay, yeah, someone is there. Hello, Market Street, Philadelphia. They got me again. Can you help me? Did the politics of the Greek Civil War and occupation from 44 to 45 and 46 to 49 influence the education of Thessaloniki children from 48 to 49? Project design. I'm using my own family for everything. Isn't it funny how it worked out that way? And before I get to the end, here's the point. Mr. Cooney sponsored my grandfather in Baltimore. So basically, I turn on Desert Epsilon. Sometimes it left and then it came back. It left and then it came back. It ain't coming back no more. And that's fine. I got what I wanted from it. So it came back one day, and do you know what? When it came back, do you know what was playing? This man from Baltimore, Maryland, is in Greece giving an interview. And he said that the Baltimore for Bethlehem Steel and the General Motors, and then they went to Ohio. Oh my God. And here I thought my people were the original people. No, they weren't. No. So God only knows, oh please, they all know what they're doing when they do something. They get... As far as I see it, the Housing Act of 1937, the little cartoon Bessie Blessy, Blight. Oh, that was so funny, but it's not here anymore. It doesn't matter. So you got paid by the government. Now here's the question, because this group is fascinating. You got paid for Blight and you invested in more Blight? Oh, I wouldn't pay your ass. And more importantly, because the first group of people, you were displaced. So you got your urban, if you had a small business that had the equipment inside, it is not the shoe shine guy outside of Grand Central Station on the big chair. Is that still there? 3 of them? Oh, they may have gotten rid of that when they got rid of the lovely little restaurant for Jackie's food court. The shoe store has big equipment. You are paid for that equipment. So these other Orchard Street stores, were they paid? Or anybody? It's a thought you verify. As a group, after they got the housing, because being displaced small business, did they go in and buy something somewhere? I really... Oh, so this sponsorship. Those other people, my Kuzanis, they would not have come to Baltimore if Mr. Cooney did not sponsor my grandfather, who left Tarrytown, went to Nyack, New York, and then went to Baltimore. Oh, I like Baltimore, and here's where I'm coming. And, oh, I'm sorry. In life, I'm not going to say, wow, this man dug a hole, put a straw and hid from the people that were going to kill him, and he's still walking. He retired from being the woodworks teacher for the retarded children of Baltimore. He is a state employee with a state pension. I'm assuming woodworking is on your feet. Oh, little Mr. Ethno-Violence. You had the entire support along the way, eventually, of the Department of Justice. You're really, what an idiot. Until the day an idiot. He writes a book, and there it is with Mr. Gannett. He has come to Westchester County to hawk a book, and you did what to me? This is what my grandfather does. It's for a pen. You wait for the pen. And the sword, that's Jacob Lawrence, one blade of grass. Did you ever plant grass? Oh, it's very interesting. It's like a sword. And then... did anybody ever thank their sponsor? I know there was an involvement, you have to pay some money back maybe. Did anybody ever thank them to bring them to this country? They should never forget how they got here. Oh, don't worry. SIOX, you really documented everything I said, didn't you, SIOX? One more time, I wasn't in a hospital in Georgia. I so appreciate that one. Project design: did the Greek government, monarchy, or resistant groups influence children's opinions on politics within schools? The question is, did I find Greenberg political socialization yet with Arkley? Oh, she's damn good. Were the youth groups a recruitment of youth into the resistance since the end of the war that allowed the guerrilla forces to grow? Oh, I'm so afraid. You know, I told you I know Greek. My mother told you she knows Greek. Do not quiz me on my Greek and then tell me I lived in Baltimore. Lots of people live in Baltimore. That allowed the guerrilla forces to grow. Were they loyalists? Where was this discussed? Schools, churches, or homes? B. Research articles have discussed the growth of the resistance guerrilla groups from the time of World War II. Oh, I'm sorry. My visiting professor from the Balkans. Oh, that's somewhere here too. Oh, everybody came to College Park. Why not? He had 2 books. They were green. Modern Balkan History, History 433. Oh, I don't call them. Whatever university. Oh, I can't. I'll get in trouble. I would never. Oh, trust me. No, they can send me emails. Yeah, oh, that's sweet. Then, when somebody stole my identity and wrote all of my email people, where was I? Wherever. I'm in Spain and somebody stole my wallet. I would never ask anybody for money. It appears all of those teachers on my email, oh, they got the letter. What was that about? You forced me to go to the bank. I had to. Oh, you're on there too, UMBC. Human behavior, social welfare, and history American women since 1870. You know, I know how to defend myself. Don't, people. Don't. You dug your hole so deep. And that's not a Days of Our Lives, you buried somebody alive. I'm relaxing with a soap opera. You should have thought about it. You look so stupid. From the time of World War II, but make no mention of how these groups grew. There was the Communist-controlled National Liberation Front, EAM, the Greek Communist Party, Komnistikon Koma Iladas, or KKE, the National Republican League, EDES, the National and Social Liberation, EKKA, and the National Popular Liberation Army, ELAS. There doesn't seem to be any mention of how the guerrillas grew. It appears that the ELAS had over 30,000 guerrillas in 1944. Neither the government or the king or the allies could stop this. Why? Propaganda is mentioned, but how many villagers had radios? It is said the government were dictators, but the presses ran. Were the people still loyal to the exiled king? Conducting an oral history on students will determine what they were being taught. Was politics a part of the curriculum? Was loyalty to the king required or resistance glamorized? Were there youth movements for either party? Oh, I know, King Chucky, you're half Greek. Philip, your father. Oh, come on now. What person who had a Princess Diana box, but mine was the best, it had fabric, my favorite. I never brought the box to College Park. This Mary Bell, who I thought her first name was Mary Bell, no, first name, last name. I hear you have a Princess Diana box. I do. Oh, please. Her face is Lady Diana with her gerbil. And my box is better than your box because it has fabric. You know that King Constantine of Greece, the exiled king, is one of the many godparents to William. Was politics a part of the curriculum? Was loyalty to the king required or resistance glamorized? Were there youth movements for either party? Due to the nature of the wars, World War and Civil, villagers moved frequently. Therefore, my focus will be on the final year of the Civil War. I am a historian. Now, here's another story. It is my family, not yours. My father is peacetime troops, Linz, Austria. We want you to work for the Greek translation. I don't know enough Greek. You know enough for us. No, I'm not doing that. Well, let me tell you something. Go find a sorority girl that found me to tell me, we know our Greek letters. Good for you. I know mine, and don't mess me up. I don't know if it's 23, 25, or 26, but I can still go A to Z. And when you get in trouble, you got to go Z backwards, so you better practice. My focus will be on the final year of the Civil War, 48 to 49 in Thessaloniki, Greece. Background information will be gathered from the periods 36 to 47 in Kominoton, Ptolomanida, Kozani, Greece, as well as events after the conclusion of the Civil War in Thessaloniki from 50 to 56. Her father was the mayor of the village during this period. I could have diplomatic immunity for what you did, truthfully. Oh, I'm sure of it. Did you stir a pot? Trust me, I could have diplomatic immunity. So Baltimore, during this same time period, they're going to take out their outhouses. If you're taking out your outhouses, and it was the police department's responsibility, then they're putting in sewers. This guy, my other grandfather, that's what he was doing. Also, as the architect, he was going to place sewers for indoor plumbing at the time of this period. Strife. Background research is currently being conducted by the New York Public Library. It should be available by September. The Office of Historians for the State Department has not responded to an initial research request of when English replaced French in Greek schools and why this happened. I cannot explain the last month and a half of my life. First of all, Studs Terkel was years ago. What do you think? Did you think I wasn't going to use the information? It's an internship. Oh, please. I defend my character to no one, but Social Security Disability, who ruled in my favor from the jump. Do not humiliate yourselves any further. And why this happened. All consent forms will be signed prior to the initial interview with a follow-up after the background information has been completed by the New York Public Library and the State Department. I got tons of stuff from the New York Public Library. Great Britain, the submarines, the radio frequency, no problem. This is after the disaster of that boy for Sheridan's investigation into Hastings in India for graft, now digitized and available on Gale. And at that time, those copies are free. There are 15,000 plus pages in binders in my old library, free from the New York Public Library. If they now charge you for that, oh, just grow up. I owe no one an explanation for anything in life, ever in life. You're jealous. You're jealous. You know, if you think that you are not on a list, you don't even know what you know that somebody doesn't want you to not say. Oh, they chipped away at me. But now that I know it's intentional, you keep chipping. Steve Weitzman is my customer. He did the Marion Barry statue. Steve Weitzman did the National Zoo. You don't bother me. I am in charge of the at-risk Northwestern High School student who gets a job in Kinko's to show him responsibility. I am the licensed driver for insurance on the Kinko's car. Do you want to take me further than the post office? No, Sophia. Most of your accidents occur in driving parking lots. February the 26th, 2026, U.S. Department of Justice. Subject of request, move, Philadelphia. This letter acknowledges receipt of your Freedom of Information Act. The records you seek require a search in more field offices and potentially involves voluminous records. Well, it appears that the house of Move was owned by a social work student from University of Pennsylvania. You do not bother me. Do you understand? So basically, did anybody say thank you to Mr. Cooney? Yeah. I think that's everything for now. You make it a wonderful day. I'm going to go watch Knots Landing. Oh, yes, I am. Yes, you are just not going to believe this. Really, it's funny to me. Like, I never saw, really, let's just say I saw from September 84, it was a light blue Mercedes. How does Abby get that red one? Oh, in her bed, I'm sure it's brass. Yoli gave my roommate a brass bed, and you have to polish it. Do you think Abby's going to polish that bed? Oh, I know. I'm not a cordon bleu. Oh, no. And trust me, if I was transferred to that campus, I was transferred to that campus to do exactly what I'm doing. And you are in the wrong. And my degree says California via Iowa. Don't. We could spend days. I went to the library. I understand the legitimacy of the brand new internet colleges.